So as you can see way down below here where the must pump is at and how it moves the grapes out of the hopper at the bottom and into the tubing. And this is the exit for the must. On here we'll be attaching the hose, which will be used to transport the freshly crushed grapes into your primary fermenter. Inside the storage unit is a parts board that has additional parts that we'll need for the crush, including the tri-clamps that we'll use for holding on, and most importantly, the gaskets that are used between the two parts. In addition to the parts that are essential for the crushing, it's real important that you note that there's some extra parts on here like wing bolts and wing nuts. In case one is lost during the operation, it does not prevent you from continuing on the crushing of your grapes. In the storage unit, hanging on the wall, is the 3-inch diameter must tube that we're using for transporting the grapes from the machine, the Gamma 25, into your primary fermenter. On the end of each tube is a plastic bag that helps keep the tube inside sanitized. Once the hose has been sanitized with the Star San, following the instructions, it's now time to attach it to the Gamma 25. First thing you want to do is install the rubber gasket, make sure it's properly seated, and then pull the hose onto the outlet. This is called a tri-clamp, and sometimes it's best to have 2 sets of hands. Once the clamp is in position, you can now tighten this down and make sure that the rubber gasket properly seals the 2 pieces together. Without the rubber gasket, it's impossible to allow the grape juice to transfer through. It'll just splash out all over. So it's important that gasket be properly seated and that the tri-clamp is properly seated. In order to put the screen back in, it's important that you compress the end that goes in first, so that it will be able to slide into the fixture properly. Okay, so now what we'll do, we'll go ahead and return the screen to the Gamma 25. It's best if you can squeeze it slightly as you apply it, as you push it in, and then slide it down the entire length until it's seated on the very end. The screen is pushed in all the way, and if the threads are sticking out, tighten up the wing nut. Not too tight, but just enough to secure it in place. The wing nut also, again, helps align the screen and keeps it from coming out. Okay, next we're going to put the safety guard over the destemmer end. Put the washers on, put the wing nuts on. And again, you don't just need to be finger tight. You don't want to over torque them. The support bar is what holds the clamshell open. It's real important that you do not try to pull down on this, as its safety mechanism prevents it from that happening. So what you want to do is you want to pull slightly forward on the hopper, pull slightly forward on the brace bar. You hear the click, and then slowly lower it down. So in order to release the support bar, you need to pull the hopper slightly towards you and push the support bar towards you as you bring it down. And then that'll enable you to lower the whole clamshell. If you don't, there's a great chance that this can be bent, and once it's bent, it will have to be replaced. So pull the hopper towards you, pull the bar towards you, and then lower the clamshell together.